On Tuesday night, the Carolina Hurricanes hosted the Tampa Bay Lightning, looking for another win and to keep surging on. Well, in the end, they have now turned into a Category 5 winning streak. And safe to say, this team is really surging for something special.
You're Locked On Hurricanes, your daily podcast on the Carolina Hurricanes. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to a Wednesday edition of Locked On Hurricanes, your team every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you to the everydayer for making this your first listen of the day. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, talking everything about your Carolina Hurricanes. I'm your host, Zach Martin. I'm the credentialed Carolina Hurricanes beat writer over at the Hockey Writers. Also do some AHL coverage over at the Calder Times, even dabbling into some baseball coverage over at Covering the Corner. I am the co-host of the Searchcast, which is a weekly Carolina Hurricanes podcast, along with all my duties here at Locked On Hurricanes. Got a wonderful Wednesday edition of the pod as the Carolina Hurricanes are surging on with their winning streak, putting up to a Category 5 games in a row after beating the Tampa Bay Lightning on Tuesday night, 4-1. Going to talk about some milestone nights as well. Some very big games for guys who, just keep ticking off new career highs and all of the good stuff, or just, hitting some milestone nights, which is great for them. And then we get to hear from Seth Jarvis afterwards because, oh my goodness, what a season so far for that guy. So let's just jump right into it. The Hurricanes host the Tampa Bay Lightning for the last meeting of the season between the two sides. Obviously, Tampa won the first two meetings. First one being on opening night, 4-1. Then being Carolina back in January, 3-2. And then, how about the Hurricanes just are absolutely surging right now, just absolutely moving and grooving, beating the number one team in the NHL, the other night, which is the Winnipeg Jets. Do it 4-2. Now you beat the number 3 team in the Atlantic Division, who are also playing really well as of late. And it's just crazy when you think about it, how the Hurricanes have been playing so well. And I said coming into the game, you got to start early. You got to start on time, play another 6 minutes of Hurricanes hockey. Special teams has to be a huge battle, and it definitely was that. Now, the power play went 0 for 5 once again, but the PK unit stays hot per usual. And I said the Hurricanes need to stay out of the box, not give Tampa very many opportunities. And luckily, they only committed one penalty. And while they went 0 for 5 on the power play, it was the power kill once again. Yeah, we have a penalty kill, but we also have a power kill because for every reason, the Hurricanes love to score shorthanded, and they did it once again. And before we talk about who the guy was that did it, this is from Ryan Henkel, former, also a fellow Carolina Hurricanes beat writer over at the Hockey News. He said that the Carolina Hurricanes power play goals in 2025 was 6. Now, this is the stat that's crazy. Carolina Hurricanes shorthanded goals in 2025, also 6. It's crazy to think that the Hurricanes have scored only 6 power play goals in 2025, and we are in March, which is not really great. You definitely know you're struggling at that point if you only score 6 power play goals, and it's officially March 12th. But on the flip side of that, you've also scored 6 penalty kill goals, and there's not a lot of teams that score very many, penalty kill goals shorthanded, and they've done that. And even the crazy part is, of the 6, the one that was scored Tuesday night, the guy has 4 of them, and it's Seth Jarvis. Tell me if you've heard this story before. It's a Seth Jarvis goal, and it's on the penalty kill for a power kill goal. Like that. And of course, it's Sebastian Aho with the assist. Who would be surprised by that? But it's just crazy for the fact that going 0 for 5, it is what it is. You went 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. It's almost like you're really getting like a +2 in the special teams department for the fact that you scored on Tampa. And the Seth Jarvis goal, and the thing is, it's his team leading 26th goal of the season. The way he did it too is absolutely insane. Just basically gets the puck, kind of works to steal it from Tampa Bay. He goes down, passes it to Aho. Aho finds him again, then goes right down. And the angle where he had to shoot this puck, and the only reason why he was able to pull it off, was basically because his handedness really came out and played well from the fact he shot the puck under a Tampa Bay Lightning stick and then goes absolutely top cheese, top 90 on the goal. Like, the window was so small, it was insane. Beats Vasilevsky over the shoulder, and I think it pretty much shocked everyone at Lenovo Center. It even shocked AJ Malesko and Mike Monaco from ESPN, because it was an ESPN Plus Hulu, national game. And they're like, everyone's just like, holy smokes, how did he get that over Vasilevsky's shoulder? Even Walt Ruff was like, ew. That's just how nasty it was. And yeah, trust me, it was a very nasty goal. And what a way to make it your 26th of the season, way to make it your 4th penalty kill goal of the year as well. Like, the only guy ahead of him in penalty kill goals is Sam Bennett with 5 of the Florida Panthers. And Seth Jarvis has 4 of the Hurricanes' 6. Just in 2025 alone. So just what an absolute insane goal. And the fact that now that puts him 4 goals short, or 4 goals shy, really, of getting 30 on the season. Like, he is 4 goals away from back-to-back 30-goal seasons. That's how insane Seth Jarvis is right now. He missed 7 games due to re-aggravating his shoulder, and now he's up to 26 goals, leading the entire Carolina Hurricanes team, and the fact that he's now 4 away from 30-goal seasons. It just goes to show how, amazing he is, and the fact that the Hurricanes have him locked up for 7 more seasons after this at a really good deal. He's only 23. Yeah, I think the Hurricanes really got a good one, and you're just happy you have Seth Jarvis on your team. Like, it's just crazy. And, he puts himself a little bit closer to, 60 points on the season. And the fact that he's scored now 3 goals in 3 straight games, like, that's just insane to think about. It's just what a way to have a huge night for him. But the Hurricanes overall, I mean, like I said, you wanted 60 minutes of Hurricanes hockey. You definitely got that. Special teams was a big factor. Like I said, the Hurricanes only, gave up 1 penalty, and they scored on that penalty kill as well. Like I said, the power play still struggling 0 for 5, but what can you do? The thing that really helped the Hurricanes do is 16 block shots, outshooting Tampa 31-24 as well. But they had 16 block shots compared to Tampa 17. Did get out hit, but the Hurricanes aren't really they can be physical when they need to be, but just the fact when you look at the shots on goal total, Tampa outshot Carolina 10-8, but it was 15-6 in the second period for the Hurricanes, and then 8-8 in the third to go 31-24. But, how about Jordan Martinook being a one-man wrecking crew, making it 2-0 in the second period on a backhand shot? Jack Roslovic, after a great steal, great pass by Taylor Hall, sets him up for his 20th, with under a minute left, makes it 3-0 Carolina. Yeah, Tampa does score, but what can you do? At that point, it's 3-1. You're basically just trying to, hold the ship down, stay ahead of the game and just find a way to keep going on. And then not that much later, less than 2 minutes, Sean Walker gets the face-off from Jordan Staal, basically walks the O-zone and finds a way to just, get the puck past Vasilevsky. It's 4-1. Carolina holds on, and now you're looking at 5 straight wins. You're looking at the Hurricanes also being, and this is just the insane, crazy stat that keeps going on for the team. That was their 26th win at home, putting their home record at 26-7-1 on the season. And you just love to see that. You love to see where the Carolina Hurricanes are at for the fact that they are 26-7-1 at home. And also, going back to Seth Jarvis real quick, and I always got to bring it up when he does score from Kane's stat brand. The Carolina Hurricanes are now 67-5-5 in the regular season when Seth Jarvis scores a goal. And now the Hurricanes record, how about an impressive 39-22-4? They are now 17 games above 500, and they've won 5 straight. And they've beaten the Jets, and they've beaten the Lightning. Pretty dang impressive if you ask me. And what's really impressive is some of the guys we have to talk about for their milestone as well that they achieved on Tuesday night. So stick around as we'll talk about that here in a second on a Wednesday edition of Locked On Hurricanes. March Madness is here, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's 200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories, and even who's cutting down the nets. So visit FanDuel.com and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. Welcome back to segment 2 of Locked On Hurricanes, your team every day. So like I said, there were some very milestone nights after the fact that the Hurricanes have now won 5 games in a row. They're 17 games above 500. Seth Jarvis is on his way to another 30-goal season, on his way to another 60-point season. You would love to see him get, 65 on the season and get a career high, but hey, you know what? If you get 30, you get back-to-back 30-goal seasons and also 60 points as well. Definitely can't be upset, and that's while missing some games as well. But there was some other milestones on Tuesday night for the Carolina Hurricanes, and how I mentioned Jack Roslovic scored his 20th goal of the season, while his career high is 22, which I still think is a possibility of at least breaking his, career high in goals. He's got 17 games left to do it. All he needs 2 to tie, 3 to pass it. But his goal, though, that was after just an amazing setup by Taylor Hall. That was his 100th career NHL goal. Took him a little bit to get to it because, he scored 2 goals already in 2025. Started off the season pretty hot. Been kind of okay since then. Like I say, he had 2 goals, but then on Tuesday night, finally, breaks the schneid. Finally gets the opportunity to get his 100th. And you just love to see him from Rosie. And what a way to do it when the team's up 5, the team's on their way to, win 5 in a row. Fantastic pass by Taylor Hall. And I have to say this, Taylor Hall, I hope the Carolina Hurricanes extend him because he's expressed where he's done. He doesn't want to keep going to other teams. He's hoping that he can, play the rest of his career in Carolina. And honestly, if the Hurricanes give him a 3x3 or a 3x4 or even 4.5, wouldn't be a bad contract at all. Even with the cap going up, you could easily fit Taylor Hall in your lineup, and that's a great guy to have on your top 9. Brings the veteran status, former MVP, former first overall pick. That's just a guy you want to have in your lineup, and especially when he plays like that for Jack Roslovic's 100th. Yeah, it goes to show that the Hurricanes definitely need to keep Taylor Hall past this season because he is definitely bought in right from the jump. But overall, you got to love it for Jack Roslovic. The fact that the Columbus, Ohio native, fellow Ohioan, has found a way to, make an impact on the Hurricanes. While he might be scoring a lot of goals as of late, still finding ways to do, be impactful with, being on the scorer sheet. And you love to see it for him where it finally cashes into him getting his 100th career NHL goal. Now, another milestone is Pyotr Kochetkov. As with the win on Tuesday night, that gives him 24 wins on the season, a new career high for him because we had 23 last year. And, this year he had to do a bulk of the workload once again, and it's definitely paid off for him. Like I said, it's a big game. You got Vasilevsky on the other side. You're looking to, set a new career high in wins if you beat Tampa Bay, and they did that. And he did it impressively, too. The fact that he stopped 23 of 24 is just great to see for the fact that while the Hurricanes didn't give up a lot of opportunities, Kochetkov was there to make the big plays when needed, and it worked out and it cashed in for him. So now he's got 24 wins on the season, and the thing is, there's still 17 games left in the regular season. He's 6 wins away from his first ever 30-win season, and that would be absolutely phenomenal if you get to see Pyotr Kochetkov, getting just being able to work and be able to also be rewarded with a fantastic season. 30 wins for a goalie is just great to see, especially for a guy who's still relatively new in the league and still trying to find his way and still trying to prove everyone why he should be a bona fide number 1. like I said, you got 17 games left, and with the Hurricanes doing this on-off switch of their goalies, he has 9, maybe 8 more chances, and he's got to win 6 of them. It's a very tight possibility, but I think given how the Hurricanes are playing and given how he's been playing as well in the net, it's going to be very close. But I could definitely see where if he gets hot at the right time and if he wins 6 of his next 9 starts or 6 of his next 8 starts, there's a good possibility he could hit 30. It's going to be a very tight window, but hey, you can never say never, and you can never really count on a guy like Pyotr Kochetkov. So it would be great if you saw him at 30 wins on the season, especially for the fact that, with him missing time too because of the head injury they got against Columbus back earlier in 2024 part of the season, and just be able to go and do that, that would be very huge. So, you got to hope that, things kind of align the right way and, Kochetkov wins 6 of his next 8 starts, or if he does get the 9 of the 17 with him swapping out with Freddie Anderson. Either way, 6 of 8 or next 6 of 9, that would be huge if he's able to pull off something like that. But you love to see it. It's 24 wins on the season for him, new career high. And with, this is from Walt Ruff, but this is what Rod Brindamore said about Pyotr Kochetkov postgame. Our goalie played really well. He was dynamite, really. We didn't give up a heck of a lot, but when we did, he was there. That was the difference in the game. And, yeah, that pretty much was the huge difference of the game for the Carolina Hurricanes, to where he stepped up when he needed to when the opportunity arose, and he, worked out perfectly to where he did. And now you see the Carolina Hurricanes walking away with another win, and you just love to see that overall, to know that no matter who the Hurricanes bring in to help tandem with him next season, I'm under the firm belief that we're looking at our number 1 goalie, even if it's in a tandem with another, starter in a sense. If this is a tandem 1A, 1B type situation, I think we're at the point where it's like, yeah, Pyotr Kochetkov is the 1A for the Carolina Hurricanes if they have to go tandem and kind of do like, 41, 51, 49 in terms of split, or even 60-40. Or 55-45, either way how you break it down. I think Pyotr Kochetkov is your 1A if there's a tandem, if they don't really want to go with the full-blown 70-30 type of, work rate for the goalies. But, yeah, Kochetkov is that guy, and, he's just doing very well. And you're happy for him. He gets 24, and like I said, he's on his way to hopefully get 30. But just a great night for him. Huge milestone, set a new career high of wins. Jack Roslovic hits 100 goals in his AHL career, and he's still, 2 from tying, 3 from making a new career high in goals himself. And, I mean, what else can you say about Seth Jarvis for the fact that, 4 penalty kill goals, and, he's now, 4 away total from another 30-goal season, very close to hitting 60 points as well. It's just an overall great night for the Carolina Hurricanes. You go and beat the Jets after playing a very okay game against the Boston Bruins. You go through the trade deadline. Okay, how's this team going to be with Stankoven and Jankowski? Go into the Jets game, you beat them 4-1. You beat them 4-2. You're like, okay, this is pretty good. You love to see that. And then it's like, all right, how are they going to do against Tampa? Because Tampa always gives them trouble as well. To beat them the first 2 games of the season. And, the Hurricanes lost 4-1 on opening night, and they repeated them with a 4-1 win of their own back at Lenovo. That's 5 straight wins. You got Detroit on Friday, and you're feeling really good about yourselves because now, like I said, you won 5 straight games. You got 39 wins on the season. You got 26 wins at home. You're feeling pretty good about yourselves. You're like, this is like, okay, maybe the bad mojo is gone. Maybe the struggling Hurricanes are, maybe they finally turned the corner, and maybe they're surging their way to a, they always say get hot at the right time. And, maybe this could be where the Hurricanes are going to get hot. Yeah, they might drop a game or 2 here and there, but this could be the potential of seeing a team go on 4 or 5 game winning streak runs and just keep racking up the wins. Catching Washington might be a little tough, but they're definitely going to be solidifying their second place spot in the Metro Division to get home ice advantage. So they say you want to get hot at the right time. Well, I would say the Hurricanes are definitely surging at the right time with Category 5 game winning streak that they're on right now. So we talked about Seth Jarvis, talking about, how well he's been playing, 3 straight games with a goal, great penalty kill goal as well, game 26 on the season. So what does he think about all of it? Well, we'll hear from him in his post-game press conference in segment 3, so stick around as we'll do that here on a Wednesday edition of Locked On Hurricanes. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other sites. Indeed's sponsored job puts your post at the top of the page and help you reach the right candidates faster. Now, sponsored job credit. Just go to Indeed.com/lockedon right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, well, Indeed is all you need. Welcome back to segment 3 of Locked On Hurricanes, your team every day. Now, like I said, at the end of segment 2, we've talked about Seth Jarvis, how great he's been playing as of late, very close to hitting 30 goals once again. He's well on his way to having another 60-point season. But what does he think about the overall impact of the Carolina Hurricanes of late, and even his game as well? So without further ado, let's jump into the post-game press conference with Seth Jarvis right now.
Your penalty killers are out there for like a minute 44. You're on the bench watching it. How tough is that to watch? And then you obviously come out and get a goal.
Not tough for me. I loved every second of it. They did definitely the heavy lifting of it. That's an elite power play over there. And Marty Jordo, those guys shut them down pretty good. So glad I got to reap the benefits of it.
It's not an easy shot.
No, sometimes I can score. I mean, Blaker gave me like 3 open nets that I missed on, but it's nice that I can still put one in every once in a while.
I mean, how much confidence do you guys have on that to go for those shorthanded chances?
I mean, yeah. Obviously, you got to be smart about it, but we know how it is on the other side, what you're kind of thinking on the power play. So to get those chances and know maybe some of those guys aren't going to back check as hard as normal. When you find a bouncer, you find a little 50-50 puck to kind of cheat it a little bit, but be aware of what you're doing leads to those chances.
Especially through 40 minutes, it felt like it was still a tight game. What were you seeing as the difference?
Yeah, I mean, after that, the first they did a good job. They had a lot of chances. Kuchi played really well again. I think after that first period, we did a better job of limiting them. I think they had their pushes like they will do. They're an amazing team over there, but I think we did a good job at kind of stopping them for the most part. And, we had a few guys capitalize on their chances, and that's kind of the end of the game.
On the shift before Marty's goal, it seemed like you and Aho and Blake really kind of tipped the ice. Did it feel like the momentum swung a bit with that shift, and then they followed it up?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you can stay in the zone for a minute, 2 minutes, and control the puck like that and have some chances, it's great for the team, great for the momentum. Probably should have changed it. I was pretty gassed after that, but it was a great shift. We had chances, probably should have capitalized, like you said, but Marty was complaining about not playing enough because of me, so he got his goal, and I hope all is well.
Big thank you to Seth Jarvis and the Carolina Hurricanes for providing the audio that we can use for the show. You heard it from him. Like, you could just tell that, like, all the pep in the step is back. Got the great, just kind of his little, just his whimsy that it is for Seth Jarvis. And honestly, I'm just so excited. He's going to be on Face-Off for season 2 for Prime Videos behind the scenes of the NHL. But you could definitely tell, like I said, just the way he's, you could tell that the excitement is back in his voice, not having to worry about all the trade drama, the deadline, the Hurricanes kind of struggling overall. February wasn't a great month for them, but the fact that, hey, he's like, hey, I can score, missing 17 netters, but he can still find a way to put the puck in the net. I mean, heck, he's done it 26 times this year. And even on the penalty kill, he scored 4 goals, but just the fact that, he understands, like, yeah, I scored, but the heavy lifting was everyone else. But he, kind of jokes about it. But you can definitely tell where it's like, yeah, we scored. Tampa's a really good team, and they found a way to, neutralize them, and basically capitalize on your own efforts. Yeah, the power play still is what it is, but going out there and putting up an effort like that against Tampa to where you've scored 8 goals in the last 2 games. Or there was parts of the season where the Hurricanes maybe scored 3 in 2 games or 3 in 3 games. And now you see them scoring 8 goals, 4 each in the last 2. Yeah, you can definitely tell that the swagger and the ability to have the confidence of going out there and doing the job. And that's what you hear from Seth. The fact is just the confidence of this team of being able to go out there, win games, even when they're down on, being shorthanded, they find a way to go and make the chances work for them. And even having Tampa Bay in their own zone for a minute or two, it goes to show that, you might have to weather a storm. It might be, rough waters for a couple of games, and then, even for a month where you're kind of struggling, but you come out there and do an amazing job, and that's what you do. And I think for the Hurricanes, that's pretty huge for the fact that, they found a way to, get through that, right the ship, weather the storm, and now you're on a 5-game winning streak. 39 in the season, 26 at home. You're feeling pretty good about yourselves, and now it's like, okay, maybe you are going in the right direction. With the additions to Stankoven and Jankowski, the lines are pretty much rolling. You're getting contributions where you get 8 guys on the score sheet, in terms of goals or assists. And Kochetkov played really well once again, and the fact that he stepped up big for the Hurricanes as well when they need him. If you're Carolina, you're feeling really good about yourselves. And I know the fans are excited for the fact that all they've been asking for is 60 minutes of Hurricanes hockey. And you've gotten that over the last few games. Boston, was a little bit, closer, maybe not the most prettiest of games, but just overall, over the last 5, you're pretty much getting consistent Hurricanes hockey. You're seeing it for 60 minutes. They're jumping out early, forechecking really hard, backchecking really good. You're playing a structured defense. You're using the transition game in your favor. The only thing that needs to get worked on is the power play, but, when you have a penalty kill like that turns into a power kill, hey, can't really complain about that. So you're feeling really good about yourself. So like I said, 5 straight. You got Detroit on Friday. You are feeling the momentum right now. You're feeling that you're in a good sense of, okay, this team, has turned the corner. Maybe they got the struggles behind them. Now it's full steam ahead, and now it's 17 games left till the playoffs start, and now you're kind of feeling like, okay, we could be onto something here. We really could be cooking with, as Tracy said, oil, gas, and gravy and all that good stuff. Yeah, you're pretty much cooking right now. The storm is surging. It's just a great place to be at right now, where they say you want to get hot at the right time, and the Carolina Hurricanes are definitely hot right now. But it's great to hear from Seth Jarvis, as always. Always great interviews. You could definitely tell the excitement and the swagger is back for him, and also the Carolina Hurricanes. So hopefully, they keep this, train going. You got a game on Friday against Detroit. Hopefully they get a 6-pack of wins. But until then, guys, this will be a Wednesday edition of Locked On Hurricanes. Thank you for making it your first listen of the day. For your second listen, why don't you go check out Locked On NHL Podcast. It's a great show. You definitely need to go check it out. And it's basically bringing you the daily league-wide stories that matter with the local coverage you love from Locked On. Find Locked On NHL on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. For me, you can follow me at OneTrueZach on X. The podcast is @LA_Hurricanes. I'm also on Blue Sky at @TheZachAryMartin, where I have link trees in both of my bios, where you can check out my Canes coverage at thehockeyWriters.com. If you want to check out my AHL stuff, it's at theCalderTimes.com. If you want to, possibly check out my baseball coverage, I cover the Cleveland Guardians over at CoveringTheCorner.com on SB Nation. I do have another podcast, which is a weekly show of the Carolina Hurricanes, and it's the Surgecast and on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. For this show, it's Locked On Hurricanes on Spotify, Google, Apple, iHeartRadio. Follow, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating and review, because I might just rate it on the show. For YouTube, it's Locked On Hurricanes. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notifications so you don't miss a show. Hit the thumbs up to let me know if you like the show as well. Share with other Kings to become everydayers just like you. But I hope everyone enjoyed the Wednesday edition of Locked On Hurricanes. Hope everyone enjoys their Wednesday. And until next time, as always, let's go Kings.